Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 6 of our Level Up podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us. His name is Atlee, and he's a fitness trainer and many other things. So my brother and I used to go, have classes with him, and so we've connected over that. And I just found his training, the way he trains, very unique, and I found it very effective as well. Atlee, could you just introduce yourself and what you do?
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Atlee. I'm a fitness coach. I've been a fitness coach for about 7 years now. Fitness is something that I've always been into from the time I was in school. I was an athlete in school. I used to play football. Played football for my college, and then I just wanted to get into working out by myself. And then I realized that I could also help people because, well, sometimes you just know when you have a skill in you and when you want to work towards that. So I
Yeah.
decided to get my fitness certifications. I had a really good mentor for 2, 3 years who helped me until which I realized that I want to move out on my own and start something of myself. So that's when I decided to get out, earn my certifications, find clients, work. And yeah, over the past 6, 7 years that I've been a freelancer, I've met some amazing clients, had some amazing experiences. And yeah, that's my journey in short. So
Well,
that's
I just
about
want, I mean, you also do like I've seen through your Instagram and stuff. You're
it.
into dancing, right? I just want to know a little bit
Yeah.
your dancing and animal flow.
Okay.
That
So dancing started off as just a hobby. It started off with a, a like a Latin dance form, which is salsa. And
yeah,
then I diversified to other dance forms as well, like Afro, bachata, something that I do. I'm like a specialist in that, I would say right now.
yeah,
Not a professional, but that's something that's my focus. But dancing just started off as a hobby because I was like, okay, one day I was just sitting and I was just bored and I was like, what do I do? Like, I need to learn something else apart from my fitness and my football. And then I decided to just join classes, but then just fell in love with dancing. Animal flow came into the picture a little later when sorry, a little earlier actually, when I decided to like I was kind of thinking how could I incorporate movement into my training as well. I mean, when I say movement, I mean more ground-based movements because you have movements which have running and cycling and drills, speed drills and agility drills and everything. But I
yeah,
was thinking, how could I improve something more diversified, something more unique. And that's when I came across Animal Flow and I decided to try it out and I really loved it. And then I finished my level 1 certification and level 2 certification as well. So that's how I started with Animal Flow. So yeah, they all kind of go hand in hand because everything is a part of fitness. It's all movement at the end of the day. So they just all go hand in hand.
yeah. That's amazing. Um, Also, I just wanted to know, is there anything that inspired you to take up helping others in fitness? Like not only yourself, just moving on to people, your clients, like anything.
Yeah, actually, if you think about it, if I actually think about it, I kind of did feel the need to help people. I mean, of course, helping someone for free is different, but well, this was supposed to be something that I wanted to
Yeah,
do while I make money as well. Because if you enjoy
yeah,
helping people, you can do that and have another job. But I decided to just combine two and two together and make sure that I can also help people while make money um, because of course we all need a livelihood. So there is some charges that go into like training clients and everything. But yeah, the intention of training people is something that matters to me the most. It's not just about money. Like there are a lot of fitness coaches, like not even coaches, I would say, like just people who are into fitness who just because they have a good body and they have like a little knowledge about what needs to be done and they've gone for like a competition, they decide, okay, let's just charge clients exorbitant money and just like try to swindle people off because they can. And that's the kind of sad truth about the
yeah.
fitness space right now that we are in. But for me, it was more like a genuine effort towards my clients. Like, of course, I do need to make money. There's no lie in that. But the the whole idea is to show people that somebody actually is here to listen to you and to help you out. So that is something that I was always interested in. Um, Also, one of the reasons why I started working out was because my mom also had some health issues, which now have all gotten resolved. But I guess, sometimes you just fall into a certain space because of necessity
Yeah.
and need. But for me, it was necessity, need, and the love for what I was doing. So that's how I kind of got into it. And that's one of the reasons why I like fitness so much. I never feel bored a single day of my life when I'm training a client, because there's entertainment in training a client. There's always fun. You talk, you make the workout like, you just make them feel special sometimes with
Yeah.
your training and everything. So yeah, I guess I kind of do enjoy helping people while loving my job, while making money out of my passion and love for it. So
I think that's absolutely wonderful. And like the fact that it's such a genuine approach. And as you said, like as compared to a lot of people who don't, who have like maybe a little less of a genuine approach. Uh,
yeah.
so what would you say is like your approach in the training aspect of it? Because uh, it's obviously with very good intent. So what would you say is your approach while training your clients so they can get like great results, obviously without revealing too much?
Well, I have a very simple logic when it comes to training people. Like, the first thing most people, when they approach me for classes, they, of course, everybody wants to look good nowadays. That is mostly their priority, because people have put on weight after COVID, or maybe people just got lazy because of jobs. Work from home has ruined everyone's life to some extent. So most people approach me with the idea of looking good, and getting fitter is like the secondary aspect. But it goes hand in hand. But if you ask somebody like, okay, what's the first thing that you want? The first thing they're like, we want to look good. Like, you used to look like this before, but now we've put on weight. So
Correct.
somebody used to look in a particular way, but now they want to go back to looking to a certain way. So everything else that comes with what else they want comes like second and third. But for me, I always like, this is my logic. Like, I've also told Aryan, Arjun, everybody, whoever I've trained in the past, like, I've been very clear about one thing is, when you train, think of it as a long term. Don't think of 3-month results. See, anybody can give you results in 3 months. You go on a strict diet, you work out like intensely, you take so many supplements, you will literally look fit. You will have six pack, you will look amazing. But my ideology is, how will you sustain that for a long period of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a bit, you have looked good, you're in that space. Are you looking at your secondary aspect? Like, your primary was your looks. Yes, you got it. Are you looking at your heart health? Are you looking at how much of endurance training you're doing? Are you doing any bit of it actually?
Yeah.
You looking at your nutrition? Are you just stuffing your face with protein without even thinking, okay, I need to eat vegetables, I need so many other nutrients in my diet? It's not just protein is not the only thing in your diet. And you need to look at it from a holistic point of view, because that's what I tell everybody. Like, look at it long term. Yes, if you do make changes in your diet, and you do make changes in your workout, and you're regular with it for, let's say, 6 months to a year, people have done phenomenal transformations. Like, they feel mentally better, physically better. Their reports show drastic changes. I've trained so many clients with diabetes. I've trained clients who have high HDL, LDL, and these clients have just trained with me for 3 months, and I've given them simple objectives. Just train 3 to 4 times a week. Go for 15 minutes. 15 minutes to 1 hour walks every day, every alternate day if you can. Keep
Yeah.
exercise days, 2-3 days of strength, few days of walking at your own pace. A brisk walk is good, and just pick healthier choices when it comes to food. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
never tell my client, cannot eat pizza.
yeah.
If you're going out at a family gathering, or you're going out with friends, there's a person can is just feasting on pizza. So my approach is, order a good veg pizza, maybe with less cheese. Eat it, eat the same thing, or eat cheese for all you want, but limit your slices to 2 or 3 slices and just call it a day. You don't need to stuff your face because you've not eaten pizza for a while. Eat it twice a week for all you want. But instead of eating 6 pieces at once or eating a whole pizza at once, you split 3 pieces and then you do your workouts and just go back to your goals. And then on one of the days when you go out again, just eat something else like that, and then be happy with the fact that you can eat, but you're just aware of what you're eating. That's the problem with people. When they get on diets, they feel like awareness is dead completely. For them,
Exactly.
everything is all about, oh, we just wanna, oh, this is our cheat day and we're just gonna eat like 4,000 calories on a cheat day. Like, it doesn't work like that. Your total average calories in a week has gone back to 2,500 calories, assuming you're eating 2,000 and on one day you're eating 4,000. You're just gone back to square one.
Yeah,
And one day they check the weighing scale and they're like, oh, we haven't lost anything. So
yeah,
it's just smart. It's just smart. It's just choosing alternatives rather than compromising on food.
yeah,
That's it. It's a very simple concept. You want to gain muscle, do the same thing. Just change your ratio of food. Eat maybe more rice, more protein, or more of something, and reduce something in your food. And you just create a ratio for yourself and you're good to go. It's just
Absolutely.
all about ratios.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I think one thing that I kind of took away from what you just said is like also kind of ingraining that mindset of I guess focusing on the long term, right? So
Yeah.
could you talk about how, and that of course that kind of covers a part or an aspect of mental health or um, their mental well-being as a whole, right? So
Yeah.
can you talk about how you've, or if you have, how you've considered your clients' mental well-being while also incorporating them, while also, I guess, training them or overall making them feel better?
Okay. So, talking about mental health, like, of course, I'm not a certified in basically talking to
Of
people
course.
about mental health to that extent that people need help. Because, see, sometimes the biggest problem that I see with most people is stress.
yeah,
So, my role as a fitness coach is not to basically talk to them about how you're feeling today. As in, a general one is fine. But if someone tells me, oh, we've been stressed for a week, and I'm like, okay, why don't you just try meditating sometimes? That's the basic of what I can actually talk to people about their mental health. But I can never tell them, like, if somebody tells me, oh, I'm having some problem with my wife, for example, I can't go and tell him, this is
yeah,
what you're supposed to do, and this is how you can deal with it because I've heard of somebody doing this. So that does not even fall in my scope of practice.
Definitely.
Stepping outside. But whereas it comes to exercise, of course, if a client is stressed out on a certain day, I will never force my client to go aggressive that day because stress has a invariable factor in your body as well, like your hormones. Your BP is high sometimes because you're like constantly stressed. So it's very important to gauge a client and give a client a certain workout that cannot affect them mentally, like not make them feel even more exhausted and add stress even more to the body. Because
yeah,
you're mentally stressed. B, if I make you do a heavy workout, you're stressed with your body as well. So stress and stress become more stress. So it's very
exactly.
simple that you give them a simple workout on a particular day, asking them about their mental health or how they feel if they haven't slept well, for example, or if they haven't eaten a meal all day. You give them something, but you keep them moving. You just keep them mentally good. But the idea is once you finish your workout, you feel like calm, you feel relaxed.
Exactly.
And that will not happen if you make a client do an aggressive workout. That has to be something that you need to tackle, or that probably I need to tackle as a fitness coach to know that how my clients every day is.
Yeah,
Because some clients always, okay, we're feeling good, let's push, let's mentally push. But sometimes I need to, it's hard to judge, okay? Honestly
exactly.
speaking, sometimes the client who's really stressed would want to push because he's maybe frustrated. That's another emotion that comes into play, is frustration, that they want to go aggressive. But you need to gauge what a client looks like also. You can see it on people's face that they've had a very shitty day, and you need to,
Exactly.
your job is to just give them a good workout, a simple workout, make them feel good at the end of the day, and then yeah, I think your job is done,
Yeah.
so
So you mentioned, I mean, you mentioned like all the challenges or the variety that you have in clients. I wanted to know if you could share any like personal experiences, like success stories with clients that you feel are particularly relevant or inspiring. Like I've heard about your someone who is 87 years old, I think it was,
Yeah, yeah.
who you trained. So I just want to know, like, was there anything that you thought was like a great thing sharing, for success, I guess?
Of course, it feels amazing. I mean, when you meet a client who's 86 and in his in that age, it's so risky because he's a heart patient. I mean, he is a heart patient, of course,
Yeah.
but it it was about 20, 30 years ago that he had a heart attack, but now he's good. I mean, he's eating clean and he's sleeping well and everything is good. He exercises. But when I met him, he had a neurological problem, which means his certain movements of the body became a little shaky. Because as per my understanding, the brain and the body work together. So
Yeah.
certain neuromuscular um, movements were sort of restricted for him. So he wasn't able to hold a glass. If he's holding a glass, his grip strength was not there because his hand was just feeling weak.
Yeah.
So while walking, he feels like he's going to fall down. He had a forward neck problem. So certain structural deviances you cannot alter because those are something very like ingrained now. Like it's too late to fix certain ways of the way he
Exactly.
was. But to improve his basic day-to-day activities is something that I worked on. So we worked a lot on his glutes. We worked a lot on his his back. We work a lot on his neck also. I mean, it's been about what 3, 4 years since I've been training him. The doctor, when he first got this problem, the doctor said that there's no cure for it. He might lose his strength. He might have to be on bed. His neck will go even further. He might be hunched over. But when we started this journey, I was I was still learning a lot about his problem. I studied a lot. I did a lot of research. I
Right.
sort of understood what needs to be done. So we worked a lot on isometric holds to improve his neuromuscular thing. So we
Yeah.
basically worked with aspects, and he showed good results. Like he was able to sustain his posture even till today. His walking has improved. He can climb steps. His grip strength has come back. I mean, his head is still in a forward, but that's something to do with the joint structure.
Yeah.
So it's hard to sort of change that at his age. Can't really make him do a lot to like open it up. But you know, the best I could do was just bring his day-to-day life back. And that is something that he's still on. Like he's 86, 87 almost now. And he walks, he does his own thing. He makes coffee for me sometimes when we go, and he's doing his day-to-day perfectly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even like that's really inspiring. I mean, even thinking about going to work
yeah.
out at 87 is crazy. I also like have you maybe, with other clients, have you seen transformations that have like blown you away or things that are like natural, like not,
Yeah.
like said, supplements? Like with you, have you seen people who've gone from like fat to skinny and things like that?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my clients have lost 7, 8 kgs in the past, like few months that we've been training. Although I've been on holiday, so there's been a bit of a gap. But before that, when we were regular for 3, 4 months, my clients' results came because he had high HDL, LDL, and everything has gone back to normal. The doctors were surprised, like, "Oh, have you been exercising? Like everything looks normal in your reports again." And so he was like, I feel really good and active. I have a couple of, so the thing is, I'm huge on transformations, but I don't post transformations.
Yeah.
Like it's something I kind of just keep with my clients and to myself because sometimes, not every client wants to be showcased as, okay, exhibit A, exhibit B, not every client likes that. A few clients like to do their work in silence. They want to
Yeah.
just feel good. Like I said, the idea of incorporating the way I train my clients is to just make sure that this is a long-term thing that they're doing. It's not a 3-month transformation. I have, of course, trained a few clients for just 3 months in a transformation span. People have lost weight, but the thing is, again, the fluctuations of certain clients with their work and people going on holidays and coming back. There's been a lot of fall, like up and down with people's transformations. But again, that's the way most of the general population is. You'll never. I have trained athletes who have improved on pitch. Their sport has improved, their strength has improved, their bowling speed has improved, their sprint speed has improved. But these are just what you can see during a sport. You can't visibly see somebody become that way, because they are already fit.
Yeah.
But the general population is the population that has most of the ups and downs, like they're there, they're not there.
Yeah.
It's
I have a
a bit of a
sorry, I have another
divergence.
question. So when you're talking about the ups and downs, what do you think is your role, and how do you especially motivate your clients when like at the phase of them being down? Because like I'm sure most of them would like at their lowest point they would be very close to quitting. But how do you
Yeah.
ensure that, I mean, maybe some do actually quit, but how do you ensure that those who don't quit don't quit?
Well, again, that's very subjective, circumstantial question. Very good question though, because the thing is, most clients, they don't stop because they're kind of bored of working out or because they don't like working out. It's because there's something external that stops them from working out. Like I do have a few clients who stopped working out with me due to travel, due to stress, due to
Yeah.
excessive workload, due to family issues. But I guess that's again a part and parcel of life. Like you can at the max reach out to them to ask them, hey, hope you're doing well. Like we just wanted to know when you want to get back to training. But a few clients always, like, it's not in your hands that you can, no matter how much ever you motivate them, it's their mindset that needs to bring them back into training,
Yeah.
because I'm an external source again to motivate them. An external source could be like a weight loss or a wedding or like something that, like a holiday, for example, that they want to go on a beach holiday and look thinner. That can be all external sources, including me, but the intrinsic motivation that comes has to be with from them. So
Exactly.
sometimes that happens to me personally. It's even for me, it's been a roller coaster. Like I was super dedicated for 6 months of the year, then I felt sick, I had like ups and downs. I was traveling, and now I'm just getting back onto working out. So I guess it's just how we are as humans. We have a
Yeah.
lot going on in our day and age, but the idea is to keep as active as possible. That's what I generally tell my clients. Like if you are not working out, it's fine, but try to find alternative ways to keep yourself active. Maybe just walks are good, just like healthier choices of food
Yeah.
also good, but don't give up completely. That's when the problem starts.
Yeah. So I found one I want to ask you about this other thing. Basically you mentioned activity and how like even like out of the gym or whatever you're working out, there might be some effort you need to take. I've also seen you have like cooking tutorials in your
Yeah.
Instagram. I'd like to like know what your thought process is behind what you cook, and is it, do you think it's like I mean, how is it healthy or stuff like that? Just talk about the cooking that you do.
Okay. So when it comes to food, like I said, I don't really like the whole idea of having macros calculated on my total. Yes, if I'm planning to go for like a certain stage competition, or if I'm planning to prepare for something really big, then yeah, I will put in that kind of effort. But let's face it, at the end of the day, it's so time consuming. Like not everybody has the time to sit and calculate how many grams of chicken I'm going to eat today, and then measure it, and then wash it, and then cut it, and then do the whole process. It's so much work. And then you
Yeah.
have to measure every single thing. So sometimes I feel like you need to be intuitive about your food, because you need to know what suits your body. Like red meat doesn't suit me. Honestly, I eat red meat, I feel very bloated and uncomfortable. So I've learned to alter choices, saying, okay, red meat doesn't suit me. White meat is good for me. Seafood is good for me, but I don't need to eat beef, mutton, it just doesn't suit me. So
Exactly.
when you start to understand these basic concepts of what suits you and what is not suiting you, you start to figure out a pattern of how to eat. I know a lot of people who eat the same breakfast every day. It's like staple, no matter what. It's like oats with protein every day. I would be miserable eating food like
Yeah.
that. Like I can never stick to the same food every single day. Like I like variety. I like eating alternate foods. So I go with more like a, okay, if I want to have a good breakfast today, instead of eating something from outside, why don't I just make something similar at home? Why don't I make like protein pancakes with like healthy ingredients and blueberries on top? It's still delicious. It's still good. Rather than going out and having like a waffle with, you know, cream cheese on it or jams and all that outside stuff, on
Yeah.
it. So I just like to pick alternatives when it comes to food. So when I cook food, I see, is something that interests me. Do I want to eat something that's more high protein and less carb? Like in the night, I am gonna be eating something delicious today because I'm like, I don't want to eat plain chicken
Yeah.
and like rice and with like boiled broccoli or something on the side. That's just so old school and boring.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to eat something spicy or something a little more fun. So when you cook, you also learn a lot about food. Like you learn a lot about how you can, what your body likes, what your body doesn't like.
Hmm.
If you ask me to make boiled chicken, boiled vegetables, and like rice, while making it, I'll be miserable. So imagine while eating it, how I would be feeling.
Yeah,
And when you're mentally feeling not good about your food, that food has no effect on your body. It's all
exactly.
about how you process good food. When you see pizza, you eat it, but you don't feel weird about it after that. It's because you see pizza, you like pizza, but you enjoy pizza. So it's the same thing. If I want to eat a pizza, I make a nice pizza at home and I make
Yeah.
it with the things I want to eat it with. So I'm still eating a healthier version of what I want to eat. So I just play around with that. I just play around with that simple idea of what would I like to eat? A pasta? Okay, let's eat pasta with like a green sauce. Let's put spinach in it, avocado in it, herbs in it, blend it, make it a paste, and you have chicken, and you just put all together, and you have like a brilliant pasta. And you have a good healthy pasta because you have healthy fats, you have proteins, you have good carbs. It's a simple food, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, my take on food is if you see it, just choose a healthier version of it and make it on your own, or eat from outside, which is a healthier option, but don't compromise on food. I mean, we are humans. There is no way we can go without eating certain things that we've been eating for a long time. I don't know how people do a diet where they remove carbs completely. Like keto is one of the most like rubbish diets I've ever like heard of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can you eat that for the next 10 years? If you can, I respect you. But if you have any health issues, please remember that this is food that's causing it. This is not you breathing in bad air or like smoking or drinking. This is your food that is going
Yeah.
inside the body that is not enough for you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's just about being sustainable for the long run. That's it. Eat
Yeah.
the same food, eat the high protein food, but sustain it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I think with like so many perspectives coming in, of like, yeah, like as you said, ketogenic diet, then a lot of people who are just enthusiastic about fitness and they don't actually know as much. How do you think that and also a lot more passionate people, how do you think in the next 5 to 10 years, the fitness industry and the fitness space is going to change? And how are you planning to adapt to that? Because I think it will
Yeah.
change for sure.
From what I see is like in the fitness space now, people are becoming more aware of healthier options, which is a very good thing, especially after the lockdown and everything and the pandemic. People have become more aware of switching to either veganism or maybe, eating a much healthier diet, which is fantastic in my opinion. And I hope it goes that way in terms of food at least. But in terms of workout, like I feel people like, especially I speak to a lot of people who are like trainers and coaches. Everything is knowledge based on what their body adapts to. It's not knowledge on what you understanding somebody else and adapting to their knowledge, um, or their goals rather. So if I do a certain program and I look in a certain way, if let's say somebody who wants to work out that has maybe their body type is completely different. They are slightly on the heavier side. They don't sleep well. They have excessive stress, and you give them a workout like what suits you, because your lifestyle is all about working out 3 hours a day in the gym and then just chilling all day and eating food and just watching YouTube videos. If that's your lifestyle, hell, anybody can be fit because you have so
Yeah.
much of time, you have zero stress, you have some sort of income from somebody else. So which is chill, because I do know a lot of people like that who don't do anything for work. They just work out, eat, sleep, and they look amazing. They look fantastic. And of course, you're going to look fantastic. You don't
Yeah.
have a job. The minute you get a job and you have work stress, you have your boss calling you at 8 o'clock in the night saying, "Get this report done." You are not going to be living in peace. So what I feel most people should understand is, if you're training a general population, look at every aspect of their life. Like, you need to have a one-on-one conversation with your clients when you sit down and ask them about what their job is, what is their lifestyle like, how much time are they willing to invest into working out in a week, and how regularly can they do this. That is
Yeah.
something that every fitness coach is supposed to have, to ask their client. You can't just A client can't just come up to you and say, "I like how your body looks. Can you make me look like this?" And the guy is like, "Yeah, sure, let's do this. I charge this much, pay me, and we'll start tomorrow. Just
Yeah.
have this pre-workout, have this supplement, buy this supplement, and just join me in the gym." It doesn't work that way. Not every client wants to have proteins. Not every client wants to invest in unnecessary shit like that,
Yeah.
It's something that you need. Like, what I see it is, I always look at my clients' well-being in every aspect,
Yeah.
every single aspect. It's not just that 1 hour I spend with them. I also talk to them about, did you sleep well tonight?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
look tired. Are you stressed today? I mean, you know that, right? I've also asked you in school day, like, have you had an exhausting day? And you're like, yeah, I'm tired. So I'm like, okay, let's do something easy today. Like, don't worry. I don't need to add stress to you, but I need to make you feel good at the end of the workout. So that's something I just wish people start to understand more about their clients, because that's something which people just neglect. People
Yeah.
neglect the long, the long-term goal of their client. And that's one of the reasons why most of my clients have been with me for 4 or 5 years, even though a few of them have, like, because I was traveling, a few of them have trained with other like trainers. They come back to me eventually and they all want to train with me, is because they know what I offer on the table. Like,
Exactly.
I know exactly what needs to be done to make them feel nice in terms of their health. And that's
Yeah.
something that every coach should do if they want to sustain. That's very important. Very
Okay.
important.
Riley, that's a wonderful question. I just have one. We just have one quick rapid fire session. Okay, just questions that don't require that
Okay.
much thinking. Okay. How long have you been in the fitness industry?
6 to 7 years.
Oh, okay. What are the biggest challenges of being a personal trainer?
Oof. Wow, this is a, this is a tough, elaborate
Actually, it's a
question.
loaded question, but
Um, what is the biggest challenge of being a personal trainer? Is to motivate your clients, for sure.
yeah. What are your areas of expertise in terms of fitness and movement?
I would say sports specific training and training general population.
Okay. What do you believe are the most important factors for success in terms of achieving fitness goals?
The factors.
Yeah, some factors. Anything.
I think you need to be motivated yourself. You need to focus on your client. That is rule number one, actually. Be
Yeah.
motivated. And you need to basically also think out of the box in certain situations when it comes to training or handling some clients who are very unique, you know, in their
Perfect.
goal.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice for people who are just starting their fitness journey?
Well, I would say start slow. I would say focus on every aspect of fitness. That should be your food, your health, your sleep, your stress management, and also keep your workouts simple. Don't complicate it. Don't be in a rush.
Yeah.
Long-term goals are good. Short-term goals are good. Every goal is basically good. Just focus on keeping it regular. And yeah, you have to be very, very regular.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
that's the
What is
key.
your vision with this journey or this the work that you're doing right now?
Well, I honestly want to spread awareness to people about their lifestyles. I feel like people lack the awareness at some point because everybody says eating rice is bad, rubbish, rice is good. Please eat it, don't not eat it. It's not contributing to weight gain at all.
Yeah,
But these are the few things like myths that I want to tell people, which is not true. Of course, as science is evolving, there's so many new studies coming about certain exercises. Like if you're 8 to 10 years old, can you work out is the question because
Hmm.
everybody says you can, your growth will get stunted. I don't think so. It's
Yeah,
it's going to be wrong, So there is a lot that we are learning as fitness coaches as well. And whatever we keep up to date with, we need to even talk to our clients about that to help them understand the overall of what it is.
exactly.
Yeah. So I think that was a wonderful session. We definitely got like a lot of insights from you. Thank
Yeah,
you for that. And I think
Thank you.
everyone, like after listening to this, would definitely be inspired because it's like, in my opinion, at least as compared to a lot of the fitness advice or content that I consume online, this is a very different take. And I actually like that a lot because it's definitely way more genuine than any of that. And you can just tell. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank
Yeah,
you so much as well for having me
It was
on
a
the show.
pleasure. It was a pleasure having you here. I've
Yeah.
been looking forward to it for a long time, actually, just thinking about it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
I'm
yes."
sorry. Sorry, I was traveling actually and I was busy. So
Yeah.
I actually be in a clear headspace when I do this because I don't want to rush through it, because I know it's
Definitely.
important to you when you're starting something and I wanted to like support it properly with like all my heart. But then I was traveling and I didn't have the headspace to like actually even spend 1 hour because I was just in my holiday mode. But right
Exactly.
now I'm in work mode, so I'm back to my square one. So,
Wonderful.
well,
Well,
Thank you.
perfect.
that's the
Thank
episode.
you. Thank you so much.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The normal cringy YouTube stuff. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and don't forget to follow Atlee. We'll put the
yeah,
link
we'll
here.
put his socials
Perfect.
on in our description. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Take care.
See you.